Hey guys, it's All the Fish, and today I'm going to be playing a new game. Well, it's not that new, called RougeLands. I was going to play a game called Magicite on this channel, but I never got around to it. But I just got this game the other day, and I've already spent a few hours playing it. Sorry about some background sounds, by the way. But it's a cool roguelike game, as you can see by the name. But let's just get into it. So yeah, I've already played through the game a few times. I was on a level 40 characters before too. Um, so you can kind of choose and customize your character with different type of stats. Like this is what these kind of characters' stats are right now. Vitality is health, and everything else goes off of damage. So strength uses like there are different weapons for different classes that you can choose your character to become. So strength would use lances and swords. Tech would be like using some combat chips, which is kind of like spells that you can have in your arsenal. But they're some of them aren't like magic. Faith is a type of magic that uses staves, I believe. Magic is just a both of these also give you bonus mana, which I'll show later on. Um, Magic, they use gauntlets instead that summon magic missiles that home in on enemies, or not home in, it just goes to your cursor, but it's kind of hard to use. Dexterity uses guns and blasters and stuff, so ranged magic. And like I said, vitality, it doesn't go off of any damage, it's just your health. So wait 1 second, I just forgot to have the sound for the music up. So Wanderer is your race right here, and oh wait, before I get to that, so I just explained the stats and everything. So right here you can kind of customize what your character is. I usually go for strength because I like using the melee character. I haven't really gone into dexterity. I usually use Enforcer, which is strength and vitality. But I've also used Blade Master a lot in the past, but vitality, I don't really know. I still am pretty new to this game, so I'm not really sure what the big difference between the secondary classes are. But now into the race. Here, this is just a Wanderer. You start with this character, but like I've said, I've already played through the game a little bit. It's actually a lot easier than you think to unlock these classes, and yes, there are a lot. But as you can see down in the bottom right here, this shows the stats for each class. And since I usually use a melee character, I could even use this guy. I usually go with the Death Razor, but since I kind of feel like I want to switch it up a little bit, I'm gonna go for the Drifter. So I've never used this character before, but I'm using it because it has good strength, which is what I'm going to be using against enemies with my sword or lances. It's got an additional health point and some dex, which I don't really mind having more of. So this is my character right here, and right here I have different variants, which just makes it change its look. So this is kind of just changing the variants look. The Drifter's look. So I'm gonna use this guy, the little spiky haired guy. The uniform is just a different way to customize it. You start off with Fleet Cadet. It does nothing. It doesn't add to your score at all. I got this one second. It's just like if you can get it after you die, like it's a 25% chance to unlock after dying, as it just says right here when I mouse over it. So this gives you a bonus 5 crit chance. So that's what I used until I got Anti-Hero, which you gain 2 points towards a random stat upon level up, which means that you'll just be able to level up a lot easier. So I'm just going to hit confirm, and so now I have the Anti-Hero. So if I was to choose the hero, that's now red, but I'm just going to stick with Anti-Hero. And then augments are like hats. The Crusader hat is usually when you're at the very best you can be with health wise, you would only have 100 health. but this would increase that max to 125. But that's like very far into the game as you level up and stuff. But I just got this Beats by Boizu, and I'm not very good with it. It grants bonus dash speed and jump height, and it's a lowish chance of getting it. But since you get so much better jumps, or so much further dashes and higher jumps, as I'll show you later on what those are, you can get better control over your character, in some ways at least. So I kind of want to get good with this. So I'm going to choose the Beats by Boizu. I've already chosen my race, my variant, my uniform, and my augment, and my class. So now, allegiance, this is just kind of a cosmetic thing that you can choose. There are 4 different ones. I personally use the Starlight Rebellion just because I think it looks cool. I like the little ninja star. And then, to go off and name our character, I'm going to name it just Joel. If you don't know this already, Joelstern4 or just Joel, is just my gamer tag, even though I'm Elderfish on YouTube. But just in case, that's what almost all of my usernames are, whether it's just Joel, Joelstern, Joelstern4, or something like that. So to finish this off, this is your difficulty. You can either do normal or enforce or Iron Man. That means no storage or multiplayer. There are lots of truck sets out today. They just love it. But I'm not actually going to be doing Iron Man because I'll show you what the storage is in a little bit, but I'm just going to take it easy, and I think we're good. So right here you can host servers and stuff, so I'm just going to click single player. So I've already played this game a little bit, so these are like some cards that I've collected from monsters that you can kind of build your thing, so your little ship. So if I hit B, it goes into kind of a building phase, which if I want to dig up this block right here, I can just right click it, and now I get the item in my hotbar. And if I want to replace it, I just click on the number in my hotbar that it's in, and I just replace it. So I kind of made my ship a little bit longer. I just haven't gotten these little walls on the back. It'll also show you what that little phase in that I did just now was. But this is your storage, and I do have excuse me, I'm sorry. I do have a lot of items in here. It's not very clean, which I need to do sometime, but I'm not actually going to be using any of those because I want to get like a new player experience out of this for you guys. See how you go through with this all. This is the alchemy station. You can make potions like here, and that's basically what you do there. That's basically all you do there. This is the gear forge, where you can use these little orbs that you get from, or tokens that you get from, or emblems, sorry, that you get from taking 10 pieces of loot, which is like an eyeball or something, a creature eyeball, and you'll see under that little the name creature eyeball, it'll say loot monster part and then tier 1. There are different tiers. I think they go up to 5 at most. They might go even higher. But to make a piece of gear, you need 3 different types. So there's plant, bug, ore, monster part, and same for this over here for this alchemy station, but they don't use it in the emblem form, and you can't use ore in them. So that can make a whole bunch of different items, and the more items that you would like find out, it'll be saved in this little recipe section, so that when you want to make it, you can just kind of have these 3 items in your inventory and click on it. But I have insufficient materials, so it won't let me. So those are just all the items that I've gotten. You start off with 2 items, depending on your class, your race. Most of them just start with an Aether Blade, or Ether Blade, and a RCK-22, which is a little droid, which instead of you mining up ore yourself, it actually does it for you. So this is also the combat ships that I was talking about earlier, and this is a computer that can teleport you to different hostile places. So this is me jumping, as I was saying earlier. It's really high. Usually you would only get maybe up to there with a jump, and these are my dashes, which are also like doubled. But this video is getting a little bit long, and I want to show some in-game action. So when I hit right click, it brings out my sword, because as you see, I can't attack things without hitting right click. And now this thing is hostile, this little bug, and there are other hostile mobs. And up here, like that's actually a really big guy. But on the top left, you'll see that I have a little chip right there. That's called a combat chip, and I might actually die. Every character starts with the same combat chip, and it's swiftness. So if I hit 1, now I'm actually faster. And as you could see, I just leveled up by killing these little bugs, and I got actually more health back. So that red bar is my health, the blue one is my mana, and mana is used when using chips. So it takes like 8 to use the swiftness. And then under that, the yellow bar is my stamina, so the more I dash or jump, it goes down. So I'm just going to jump into this. I know how to beat this area really easily, so I'm just going to really quick. Again, I might die just because I took some time explaining things and I already lost some health. So I apologize if I do. Okay, so that's an NPC. He's not actually a bad guy. I know that because I tried to kill him the first time I saw him. And there's also like little cow things that sometimes roam around. But these little NPCs kind of spawn all over the place. They talk to you a little bit, and then they give you some helpful items. So this time it's going to give me 2 or 3 health packs at level 2. And as you can see, I just clicked on these ore deposits. Well, not ore deposits, but loot deposits. So my droid goes and picks them up for me, and I can just continue fighting things while he picks things up. The items will come to me, and that's basically what you do in this game. Is you kill monsters, level up, get more loot and stuff from monsters and ores, and eventually find out how to make better gear, like armor and hats and stuff, and or helmets, because yes, you can actually make helmets and have these like special augmentations. But this is actually getting a chance to show you some good combat, unless I die. This is a boss. He's the easiest boss in the game because this is the easiest level in the game. If I die, it's gonna be kind of embarrassing, but I do only have 1 health, and if he hits me, I'm dead. And if I hit those little rocks, they also damage me, so that's a little bad for me. And I think I almost got him. I think he's almost dead. Now, if he would just stand still, wish. But this type of enemy is like a worm, so he kind of just goes across the screen, and luckily I did kill him but I was able to level up and get one health pack. And I forgot I had a health pack. You guys are probably yelling at me. And those are just little caches that you can go to that you get items from. There are also chests that give you the same thing, just not as much. And they also can give you a wider range of items. And like I said again, I won't be using the stuff that I have in my storage now. I might just like kind of shift around some of my items to make room in my last storage spot so that I can actually use storage. But yeah, so I really want this to be like a new player experience, so that you guys are kind of learning as I develop, rather than me just using really good items. Well, not really good, but better items right off the bat. And I only have 1 health. Okay, take a health potion. So those little worm guys, I really like getting them in a certain way. Since swords, which is the type of weapon I'm using, since they, oh, sorry, 1 second. These are little portals that you get at the end of the game, at the end of the level, and the level's randomly generated. And there's different areas that you can go to, so this is the Desolate Canyon that I'm in right now. And the next one I can go to is the Hollow Cavern, or I can stay in the Desolate Canyon, but, I think I'm going to go here, and then you can upgrade your stuff. So I'm going to show you real quick. My sword is at level 1 if you look in the right of its description. But if I hit that, now it's level 2, and all of its stat upgrades are +1 more. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. I'm gonna be recording more of this game, and Faust, he's a cruel man, and I'm gonna show you guys what this area is. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.